friends, so today we are learning how to order 2- and 3-digit numbers. So our goal today says I can put 2- and 3-digit numbers in order from least to greatest and greatest to least. Ordering numbers is similar to comparing them. In order to order numbers, you have to compare them first. Which group of counters would you say has the most? Well, let's see. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this group has 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This group has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this group has 4. So I have a group of 10, a group of 6, and a group of 4. And I want the group of counters that has the most. Well, just from looking at them, I can see that my group of 10 has the most counters. Here's my second question. Which group of counters would you say has the least? That word least means I'm looking for the smallest number. 10, 6, 4. Our 4 has the least number of counters compared to the other two. When ordering from least to greatest, we're going to start with the smallest number. In this case, that was our group of 4. We would then place in ascending order. So the next group that was in the middle was my group of 6. Your greatest number will be the last. So my group that had the most is the last. So if I'm placing these in order from least to greatest, then I started with my group of 4, then my group of 6, and then my group of 10. 10 is the greatest, so it came last. 4 is the least, so it came first. And in the middle, we had 6. Just like when we compare numbers, we start with the greatest place value. So in my numbers here, I have 27, 23, and 37. So if I'm starting with my greatest place value, then I want to start with the numbers that are in the tens place. So if I move this over, I can see that the numbers in the tens place are 2, 2, and 3. These have the same number. So remember from yesterday, our rule was if they have the same number, then we're going to move to the ones place. In the ones place, I have a 7 and a 3. So if I'm putting my numbers in order from least to greatest, I can see that the 2s were smaller than the 3, and the 3 was smaller than the 7. So between these two, my 23 should be the number that comes first, because it has the smallest 10 and the smallest 1. Then comes my 27, because it still has the smaller 10, but it had more 1s than 23 did. For my greatest number, I would leave 37 in the place that it's at now. 37 comes last because it has the greatest 10 out of all the numbers. Let's move on to the next one. So now we have the numbers 354, 359, and 729. So we're going to follow that same rule. We're going to start with our largest place value. We have a 3-digit number, so our largest place value now is the hundreds place. So when we compare, if we're ordering from least to greatest, I have 3, 3, and 7. In these numbers, the smallest number here are my 3s. So my 7 is actually going to be my greatest number. So now I have to decide between these two, which one is smaller, 354 or 359. Well, my 3s are equal, so I'll move to my 10s. In my 10s, I have 5 for both. My 5s are equal, so I move to my 1s. I have a 9 and a 4. 4 is less than 9, so that makes 354 my least number, my smallest number. So that one's going to come first. Then I have 359. 359 fits in the middle between 354 and 729. And as we discovered in the beginning, 729 was the greatest, so it goes last. Now, if I'm ordering from greatest to least, then it would go in the opposite direction. So 37 would come first because the 10 is greater than the 3 in the tens place is greater than the 2 in the tens place for these numbers. 27 would still be in the middle because when we compare the two, the tens place and the 2 is the same, but in the ones place, the 7 is bigger than the 3. So 23 would move to the bottom because it is the least. So when we're comparing from greatest to least, we're going in the opposite direction, starting with our biggest number and ending with our smallest number. Same goes for our hundreds place. So 354 was the smallest, so it would actually be at the end. From greatest to least, we're starting with our biggest number. We're moving to the smallest number, ending with it. 729 was the biggest, 359 was in the middle, 354 was the smallest, so greatest to least. Your job today is to practice putting these numbers in order from least to greatest. You're going to write them in order next to the numbers that are given. So keep in mind, this needs to be from least to greatest. When you finish that, we have a word problem. Let's read. Last month, Luke ran 182 miles, and this month he ran 163 miles. Did he run more this month or last month? Compare using greater than, less than, or equal. So you're going to place your answer here in the text box. You might say 182 is greater than 163. You might say 182 is less than 163. Or you might say 182 is equal to 163. Based on what you learned yesterday, you have to fill in your answer and make it a true statement. When you finish with slide number 9, you are finished with today's assignment.